Welcome back to this new video, guys. In this video I will be showing you how to draw the fully assembled front elevation for this figure. Yep, fully assembled. So this here we have this part, which is the front here, with the bushing being inserted here, and this tapered pin, this ball-ended tapered pin, which is inserted in this end right here, and is held in place by a washer and a nut. So this goes in here, this goes on the end here, and this screwed onto that, while this washer is placed in here. Yep. So the first thing to do here is to establish the center between here and there, and for that I'll be using circle of diameter 100, or you could use line, C, enter, change my construction layer, left click here, radius 50, 50, enter. Now this is assumed that I am assuming here that you know how to set up and how to turn on your object snap setting. In previous videos I would have gone through that. I will not be going through that in this video. Okay, the feature video pretty much outline all of that. Yep. So now that I have established that, my next step is to draw this piece right here, this rectangle. This is 50 by 37. So I type REC, enter, left click, 50 on the X, 37 on the Y, enter, and I have that. Next this is I could draw the next rectangle in this, but no, I don't need to, because the bushing will take care of that. So I'm going to move this in place, left click here, M for move, enter, choose you as my base point, and I'm dropping this right here. That is that part is done. The next step here is I'm going to draw this other rectangle here. This rectangle is 40 by 25. So, and you should know by now that I break my drawings down into rectangles, parallel lines, arcs, and circles, right? So REC for rectangle, enter, left click for start point 40, comma 25 on the X and Y axis to get that. So I just draw this piece right here, the rectangle for this piece right here, rectangle for that. Then I left click here, type, or should I copy, CO for copy, or no, move, no, M for move, enter, click here as my base point, and I'm going to drop this at the other end of the quadrant, which is here. Yep. So now that is done, I can now delete this line, as this has served its purpose, which is to help me to establish a distance here. Of course, I could have drawn a line here, 100 millimeter long, but I choose to be different. I choose to be advanced. Yep. Now our next step is to draw this web here. This web is 3 millimeters down and is 5 millimeters thick. Yeah. So for this I'll be drawing a line, L, enter, left click here at the center. Then I'll be drawing a circle. Turn on ortho mode, or I could just offset this down. O for offset, enter, T for through, enter, click here, go down 3, enter, click here, go down 5, enter, and that is now done. delete that. That part is now established. So this has now been established. Yeah, that has now been established. Now we would notice that there's a fillet here. There's a fillet here. Fillet at the end as well. Fillet there. Yeah. So for that, I'm gonna trim out in the middle of this. TR enter enter. Trim this. Trim that. And I'm gonna draw my fillet over to here. I'm gonna use fillet with F for fillet enter, and I'm gonna select trim and no trim. So I was choosing a fillet with trim. I also need to set my fillet radius, and of course the standard fillet radius is 3 millimeters. All right. Then I click click M for multiple, and click there for that. Click here, click there for that. Click here, click there for that. Yeah. And that is now done. Yep, that part is now done. Let me look on the drawing, see what is what. So yes. Alright. So I would need to pretty much clean up this little part right here. TR enter enter. Touch this. Touch that. And touch this part. And touch that part. Those are now gone. Escape. So the basic outline has now been established. I can now draw this this rivet, this web here. Now for this, I will draw in a circle of radius 3 circle, or draw a line here. Yeah, and I'm gonna C for circle, enter, 3, 3, enter. I'm gonna copy this, CO, enter. Click here, click there. I'm gonna draw a tangent here. I'll draw a tangent here. L for line, enter. TAN, enter. And TAN, enter. Delete this. No, delete this and delete that. I know I'm gonna fillet this at a radius of 3. F for fillet, enter. Space bar, click here. Then I'm gonna trim this, TR, enter, enter. So that is that. Alright, I now have that in place. That is now in place. That is filleted. That part is, the end. Maybe I should draw a line here. L for line, enter. draw a line here, space bar again for line, and I fillet trim, TR, enter, enter. F for fillet, enter, enter. F for fillet, touch this, touch that. F for fillet, enter. I want this to start to revert to trim. So I click trim. Then I click multiple, press multiple, click that, touch this, touch that, touch this, touch that, this, and that. Escape. Then I can delete this now, delete that part, and I can delete this part now, delete this part and any up there. So that part is basically done. That part is basically complete with all the fillets. Now I need to focus on drawing the other components. Now this has a hole here of 18 millimeter. This is 18 millimeters from this baseline here, and the same distance here. So I'll just draw it on this and then copy it on there. So for this is 30 with a 30 by 37 with a thickness of 5 for the bushing. So I'll go for rectangle, REC for rectangle, enter. Left click to start, and this is 30 by 37, enter, and we have that. Now I'm gonna explore this, X, enter, then left click, over offset, enter, offset distance of 5, enter, space bar, 5, enter, and that is that. So this is now drawn, and this has a circle as a circle of distance 18. So I could use line or line, enter. Here 1, 8, enter. And then the diameter for the circle is 6. So I'll draw the circle. C for circle, enter. Left click here and type D for diameter, enter. 6, enter. That's no good. My next step is to move this in place, or I could change this to the hatch layer first, to the not hatch, to the hidden detail line first, then move it. Left click here, M for move, enter. Then click on the base point here, and that is now in place. Bushing is now in place. Bushing is now in place. It's now time for me to draw this last piece here. This last piece here. So this is 25. Here is 28. Here is 28. There is 25, 28, 25, and 18. 18. This has a radius of 10. Ball has a radius of 10. 10. And a radius here of 5. Radius there of 6, sorry, not 5, 6. So my next step is to produce this. Undercut is about 2, right? It's a M18. Diameter here is 18. So first I'll draw a rectangle. Draw a rectangle 18 by 28. rectangle 18 by 28, REC, enter, left click, 18, 28, enter, you get that. Next, I'm gonna offset this by 2, as the thread is 1.8. I just run it up to 2, is 0.1 of the diameter. So for that, I will explode this first, explode, X, enter, then offset, O for offset, enter, 2, enter, and click here, go in by that, click here, in by that, click here, go in by that, escape, then I'll line, L for line, L, enter, space bar, left click here, left click there, yeah, and we now have this, right? I can trim out, I could trim this, TR, enter, enter, click there, click here, click there, that is that, that is that, yeah, that is that. All right, so that part is done. The next thing is to draw this part here, this section here, draw this section, and the dimension for this, all right, I'm gonna use 20 for this. This is I have C, enter, 2p, 2p, 2, enter, and I'm gonna copy this, C, O, enter, left click here for that. Now this is 18. I guess this is, I'm trying to figure out a distance across here. I think this is 20. 10 plus 10, 20. I assume this is the same distance as that. 10 plus 10, 20. So I'll now draw a line up, 25 by 20. L for line, enter. Left click here, up, 25, 25, enter. Then across, 20, 0, enter, enter. Alright, yeah, for this part. So I'm gonna move this in place. Left click here, left click on the middle, drag that in place, escape, then go to line, L for line, enter, then click here, escape, space bar, left click here, escape. So that part is now done. The next step is to establish a center from here to there. So I could use circle, could use line or circle, L, enter, and this is now 18, 1, 8, enter, enter, and this circle is 10, diameter, radius 10, C, enter, from here 1, 0, 1, 0, enter, and I now have an arc here of radius, so circle of radius 5, so C, enter, start and radius, or Tantan radius, use Tantan radius. So click here, then move here and type 6, 6, enter, and that part is established. Right? Trim, TR, enter, enter, TR, enter, enter. Why this is not allowed? Why this is on the trim? Seriously? This thing is L enter. And look at this. You have to be careful of about these things, and these things do happen. Trim, TR, enter, enter. So even though I touch that line, it is still as if it doesn't come in contact in reality. Look at that. There's a space there. You see, the software tends to hack up just like that crazy at times. So this, even though I touch a circle and it was a blend with both lines, it didn't blend with both lines. Trim, TR, enter, enter. What is this? What's happening here? Okay, let me use fillet. Let me use fillet because these things do happen at times. Sometimes the software tends to hack up. So let me use fillet. F for fillet, enter. R for radius, enter. 6, enter. So I touch here and I touch here. You're cutting off this. Then I'm gonna mirror this, trim, TR, enter, enter. I really don't know why the software is acting up like this. Look at this, giving me errors. Typically, software doesn't do this. Software doesn't act like this. Typically, it doesn't. But let me just mirror this. MI, enter. Click here, click there, enter, and that is there. Trim, TR, enter, enter. So you'll find that you'll notice that at times the software will hack up just like that. Trust me, it will. So the final step now is to click this, drag this end up to that point, escape, left click, oh, undo. You see, I didn't press delete. I did not touch delete and the software activate delete. Alright, so that now would have been that part of it. Yeah. So this is now done. I may delete this and I may delete that. Alright. Now it's now time for me to fit this into that. Yeah. Oh, the top, look at this. I didn't even realize that I have measurements here. The top here is should have been 25. Wow, look at that. It's right here. It should have been 25. Oh, let me check the length of this line. So what I have to do now? I look at this. What's that? Oh, what's that? So C, end of a circle. Left click here. Diameter, D for diameter, enter. 25, enter. So now I'm gonna have to adjust this because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. And now I will have to do that over. Alright. Now I will have to bring this out some more. And bring this out some more as well. So relatively quick fix. Yeah. So now circle EX, enter. Oh, that doesn't want to work. Alright, circle click here. Then I'm going to use fillet, F for fillet, enter. Radius is still 6, enter to accept 6. I touch here and I touch here. That's that. Redraw that line because it deleted that. Mirror, MI for mirror, enter. Select this to be mirrored, enter. Enter. And that is that. No. Let me check to ensure this distance is 18. So I will need to trim out in the middle of this. Enter, enter. Touch this. And that seems like it. I will need to delete the circle as well, as I don't need the circle. Delete that circle. Yeah. And now left click here. Copy, CO, enter. And I'll be using here as the base point. Here as the base point. And I'll be dropping it into the drawing. Dropping it here into the drawing. So that is there. I probably should have used a different color for this, right? Yeah. Undo. Undo. Use a different color for this. Color code that it comes to life. Properties. Change from that color to some other meaningful color. Some other meaningful color. Green. Green is a little. That blue. White. CO for copy, enter. Choose you as a base point. Drop that there. So that is that. Escape. This is now in place. This should have been hatched. Yeah, this is supposed to be hatched. Because what I'm doing, I'm only assembling this. I am not doing any. So this should have been hatched as well. So for hatch, I'm going to MA. Well, probably I should use match property. MA, enter. Touch this. Touch that. This should be hatched. That should be hatched as well. This little part should be hatched as well. And that. Oh, spacebar. This as well should be hatched. Yeah, that and that. Now what we want is this plate here, which is pretty much the distance of the this. So I'll be drawing the rectangle for this. Washer here, REC, enter. For this I'll be using 5 for the using 3 millimeters for the washer. Left click, and I'll be using the shaft. There is 18 M18. 1.5 times 18 is how much? 27. Let's use 27. 27 by rectangle 27 tab 3, enter. Yeah, and draw a line through this, or just explode this. X, enter. Offset, O, enter. Offset 1.5, 1, enter. Then I'll be trimming this, or line first, L for line, enter. L for line, left click here. left click here, left click there, enter. Spacebar to reactivate line, left click here, left click there, escape. True. TR, enter, enter. Touch this, touch this, touch that, touch this, touch that. TR, enter, enter. Touch, 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 escape. And this should be moved in place up there. Copy. C over copy, enter. Choose you as the base point. Click right here. That's now in place. And now for the bolt, for the nut. Let's look at the nut. Okay. So the nut, for the nut, now we're gonna draw a nut rectangle. This is 18. This is REC, enter. 27, 39, 27. 27 by 3/4 of 18 is 2. Let's use 15. Let's use 15. Yeah, let's use 15. And explode. And I'm gonna transfer this distance here. C for circle, enter. Left click here, then transfer this distance out to that. CO, enter. And left click here, then draw a line down there. This doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right at all. That doesn't seem right. L for line, enter. Offset, enter. Offset T, enter. 6, 6, enter. 6, enter. Alright, let me work with that for now. Delete. Then I'm gonna use arc, start, and radius. Arc, start, and radius. Now left click here for the start, left click here for the end. Radius is a radius of 15. Move this, M, enter. And I use circle, ton, 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 ton. Then trim, TR, enter, enter. Touch this part, touch here, touch there. Alright. Left click here, drag this down to that. And this should have been down a little bit more, but let us stay for now. MI for mirror, enter. Enter. TR, enter, enter. escape. Now I'm going to move this in place by using copy, CO, enter, choose you as the base point, and I'm coming up here and I'll be dropping it right here. Escape. And that is that. Yeah. So we could trim this part right here. TR, enter, enter. Trim this. Could trim like here, trim. Could use cutting edge, could use edge. Could use edge to trim this. Could use edge. Trim with edge. Oh, undo, 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 undo. TR, enter, enter. I could use cutting edge and save. What's up with that? MI, enter. Not gonna waste any time. Enter. Click here and click there. Not gonna waste any time with that. Yeah, and there we have it. That is pretty much that. We need to delete this. Yeah, and add our layers. All right. I will not be wasting any more time with this. I think I miscalculated the dimension for the washer. Yeah, I think there should be more to it. Yeah, but that is pretty much that for now. For this video, I don't want it to be incredibly long. Of course, guys, like, subscribe, right?